Rose Basketball Club is the first Unrivaled Champion.
Angel Reese just pulled off the biggest flex ever, winning a championship without facing any real competition. But while she was out there proudly posing with a trophy like she just saved the entire WNBA, the ratings were struggling. Like, seriously, did anyone even watch that game? Meanwhile, her fans are acting like she's the chosen one, destined to carry women's basketball on her shoulders. But let's be real, the league is still trying to gain momentum. So how did Angel Reese dominate on the court, yet still come up short where it really matters? And to top it off, she hit us with, "Hey sista, I'm doing great. Just won $50,000 on a flight. I know you already know, but I hate to break it to you. I'm on a rookie contract, and that $50,000 was more than half my salary. So yeah, I gotta keep that to myself."
Unrivaled ratings video. The playoffs are finished. The championship game has concluded. The numbers are in. After debuting with 313,000 viewers, Games 1, Games 2 on opening night, after having ratings for the 1v1 tournament, semifinals, and final, averaging 377,000 viewers, the Unrivaled Championship game ratings comes in at a staggering 260,000 views.
Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky's rookie, Rose, just won the first ever Unrivaled Championship. Sounds like a groundbreaking achievement, right? A moment so historic that it deserves to be placed alongside the greatest accomplishments of all time, right between winning a participation trophy and showing up to work on time. The way some people are reacting, you'd think Angel Reese just solved world hunger instead of winning a league that, let's be honest, isn't exactly the most competitive. It's about as intense as a casual 3-on-3 game at the local park. But hey, let's all give a big round of applause for the self-proclaimed Queen of Dominance. Sure, winning any championship is impressive, but let's not pretend this was some impossible feat. The real question is, did she actually prove anything, or was this just another overhyped moment in a league still trying to find its footing?
The Roses made history and just became 50K richer, you feel me? Because they just won the Unrivaled League first ever championship, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all. If y'all missed this Unrivaled season, yo, you missed one hell of a good one and a competitive one. And shout out to Chelsea Gray, yo, for winning the Finals MVP.
And just when you thought the universe couldn't be any more generous with awards, like Oprah in her prime, handing out free cars, you get a trophy. You get a trophy. Everybody gets a trophy. Somehow, Angel Reese finessed her way into winning the Defensive Player of the Year award. Defensive excellence? More like a masterclass in dramatic arm flailing and intense mean mugging after every basic rebound. But hey, don't question it. The stats say she's a defensive force, and we all know stats are never misleading, right? It's not like numbers have ever been twisted to fit a narrative. Nope. Totally legit, of course. It's also just a coincidence that she happens to have one of the most aggressive PR teams in the game, working overtime to make sure the world believes she's the second coming of Dennis Rodman. Because obviously, this is all about pure skill and heart, not media hype or carefully crafted storytelling. Right?
And today, as we stand, one Angel Reese has been named the Defensive Player of the Year. Stab us all right in the eye hole, right? Oh my goodness. Oh, her fans, they're trying to take victory laps today over this, except a lot of people, a lot of hoops fans, real basketball fans are calling this for what it is. It's a sham. I mean, let's be honest, right?
Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky's rookie, Rose, just won the first ever Unrivaled Championship. Sounds like a huge deal, right? A moment so legendary that it should be placed right next to the greatest achievements in history, like winning a participation trophy or simply showing up to work on time. But the way people are reacting, you'd think Angel Reese just ended world hunger. In reality, she won a league that wasn't even competitive. It's like walking into an empty gym, making a layup, and declaring yourself the MVP. But hey, when you're trying to build a brand, you take whatever victories you can. So here we are, hyping up a title that feels about as earned as a Hollywood Nepo baby's first movie role. Then there's her Defensive Player of the Year award. A true testament to tenacity, hustle, and grit, or, just a lot of swiping at the ball and glaring at opponents like they owe her money. But don't question it. The stats say she's a defensive force, and we all know stats are never misleading, right? Totally organic. No media spin involved. Meanwhile, her fans act like questioning her greatness is some form of treason. The moment you suggest there might be more deserving players, you're labeled a hater or accused of not respecting women's basketball. But let's be real, was this truly earned, or just another example of the relentless push to manufacture a legend in real time? Every block, every rebound, every flex is analyzed, hyped, and inflated into a career-defining moment, while actual all-time greats just go about their business without needing a full-scale media parade every time they lace up. And just when you think things couldn't get any funnier, Angel Reese wasn't even on the court when her team won. That's right. While she was sidelined with yet another injury, Rose BC and the squad went out and won the Unrivaled Championship without her. No drama, no theatrics, just basketball. And guess what? The team actually played better without her. They passed, they defended, they won. Meanwhile, their so-called superstar was in street clothes, probably planning her next round of inspirational but wildly unnecessary social media posts. But don't worry, she'll be back soon. Probably with a new excuse, a new controversy, or another claim that the universe is out to get her. Meanwhile, her team will keep proving they don't actually need her. Tough break. Literally. And let's talk about these ratings. The Unrivaled League wrapped up, and guess what? Nobody watched. Turns out, slapping a fancy name on a league and pretending it's a game changer doesn't magically make people care. Ratings tanked, interest disappeared, and somewhere in a boardroom, executives are panicking. But don't worry, while the league was struggling to get viewers, Angel Reese was still making noise like she just won an MVP. Not by playing, of course, but by talking. Because somehow, even when she's not on the court, she finds a way to make herself the main storyline. She could have taken this time to reflect, improve, or just step away for a bit. But why do that when she can hop online and remind everyone she's still the center of attention? Meanwhile, the league is throwing out promos like free samples at a grocery store, desperate to get people to watch. And still nothing. It's actually impressive, being the loudest voice in the room while the whole house is on fire. But don't worry, Angel will have some deep, insightful excuse for why none of this is her fault. Maybe it's the refs, maybe it's the haters, or maybe, just maybe, people are finally realizing that hype doesn't equal greatness. And speaking of hype, let's talk about the Caitlin Clark comparison. Every time Angel wins something, her fans act like she's suddenly on Caitlin's level. Like one trophy erases the difference in skill, talent, and impact. By that logic, winning a karaoke contest makes you Beyoncé. Caitlin Clark is out here rewriting history, casually dropping more points than entire teams, pulling up from half court, and making the WNBA must-watch TV. Angel? She's collecting rebounds and side-eyes, still hoping that effort counts the same as actual skill. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Hustle is cute, but buckets win games. And yet, every time Angel breathes near an award, her fans scream that she's the real star. Oh, really? Then why does the entire basketball world stop when Caitlin Clark plays, while Angel's biggest headlines come from Twitter posts? One is making history. The other is just making noise. Oh sure, keep hyping up participation trophies like they mean something. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark will be busy actually changing the game, while Angel Reese will be busy making headlines for everything but basketball. But hey, this is Angel Reese's world, and we're all just living in it, whether we like it or not.